Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Mijn naam is Viggy. Ik maak live videos.
Mostly of Yiddish.
If I'm to the video, please consider to hit the like button. Gaat daar lang riesige week. Had nog door met een hoofdzetten, zo weet me dan maar. Oh, I totally forgot already. Hello, Sally. Hello and welcome. Mastermind. Yo, hello and welcome. How you doing? Habe ich ganz vergessen. The Sky DJ featuring Betty Weber's remix. I'm gonna get my. Hold on. Darf gerade Music Mix verpieren. Hold on. Where is Ben CB? The Sky DJ. Ben CB. Hold on, that posting the shit. Usually ben ik zigegereit. Met de hand. Ik mag even maar zetten erop. Without thinking. Oh, Mastermind, exactly. That was your birthday. Benzie Brandsdover. Sally Hansen vriend, man get zijn de dag dat met wil. Kijk op de cover. Ik liep de fact dat het een oude song. Sound everything is nice. Through the screen, huh? Okay. We do have to leap, Mama Lucian, dus ik moet maar wat. Okay, nicht schlecht. A high energy one. Guys gave my like. Redden, ik vind like. Als je bist du. Ik heb hit the like button. Zie je een lange riesige week. Of room is turn. Hello and welcome. Do you know Chaimo? Yes, I know Chaimo. Actually, it is van de few statuses was zich watch is Chaimo. Zij doen etwas van Lipa, Leibisch Posen Production and 3 more. Mamalution, coming soon. Noem maar eens aan.
Honey, was ist der Trug, ha?
De kinderen in een zaam.
Schon geteilt Preises?
Prijs is helft niet.
Was getragen Healing?
De kinderen werden geboren.
Ze getraid hier, denk ik.
Noos.
Eerste Kinder. Da Healing.
Was je zo aan de vinger.
Oh, da bleib ich.
Oké, dan goed.
Da bleib ich hat am Hallig.
Blijf eens hard aan de hallig. Maar ga je blacht in gallig. Ach, gaat je. Kid.
Waarschijn?
Music Manning. Der was kwetsje gedaan, doe. Hold on. Er is de Gebreman was schapt video bij Hassanas. Is de Gebreman. Alright. Liep het eruit zeggen wie Hasidische zat met het. Alright. Definitely when Liep is cute. Liep is cute, zegt ze. Alright, so ik wil watchen doen van meaningful people. We almost got divorced. Here's what saved our marriage. So vaak ik het zoals wie most marriages.
We got married until I would really honestly say till we got back together.
I grew up in Denver, Colorado. Grew up skiing, playing football.
23 hours ago, 21,000 views, almost 25,000.
Doing like hiking Colorado things.
I grew up in Brooklyn. When I was 18, we went to Israel for Sukkot, and somebody said I have this most amazing guy, the most popular guy in school in yeshiva, and they said you have to meet him when you're there. You have no idea what you're going into. You don't know who the person is, but you're like, yeah, this is what everybody else does. So I'm the type that never gives up. Like I'll always find another angle, I'll make it work. To say that I'm separated was probably one of the darkest points of my life, to look at myself like that, because it was like almost like a failure on my part to make it work.
What brought the two of you back together instead of deciding, let's get divorced?
I started to like see her. That was, I think, like the first time that I feel like a real turning
Funnish lieb Dave, maar like de ganze episode voor them.
point just for me.
Wow.
Wanting her, not just wanting a wife with a family at home. It was like I wanted to vote.
Yeah.
We both decided, they said, just start dating again. Date like you would have dated when you first met each other. And that's what we did. We started dating, and he looked at me, he's like, I can't believe I was that person. Again, the same thing, there's no excuse, there was a reason, but I cannot believe I actually did that. When I look back, it's crazy.
You don't really know how it ends, and you just try to keep hope.
Welcome back to the Stories of Hope podcast. And you ever been
The story of hope. So, okay, I guess it's on the meaningful minute.
a couple who thought towards stories to you?
Story of hope.
I am really excited to be here today with Jay and Mayor Fetter.
So Jay is,
Oh, it's not even your name.
no, Jay is my father-in-law's name.
Oh, you thought she was Jay Fetter Julie?
Yeah, I felt like,
Me?
yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. So
Can we keep that in here? Can we keep it in? It's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm calling you Jay from now on.
And I was like, she's so cool. She has a cool name. She has a
Oh,
cool
that's
look. Like, I've never met a woman named Jay.
Oh, so the funniest thing is that everybody thinks his name is Jay, and then he has
Yes,
to be
people
corrected.
call me Jay.
Oh.
Because they think.
That's
and
Jay.
What happened was my dad. I just decided not to change the name of the business because he worked hard and like as just kind of thing that I see people do that, like they take the business over. I was like pretty young in the business. My dad, interesting way of doing things, but he said to me, he's like, you add a lot of value to the business, but he's like, don't forget your mother and I, we built this business from scratch. That's value. So you can't add anything if there's nothing there to add to, right? So
I hear that.
you never heard that he said that? Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's true. So people erase the original value and they think that.
Sie hat jetzt gearbeitet auf sich. Sie gewollt sagen, like, ich habe es keinem gehört. It's not so, Amos. Zie je gearbeitet op zich.
Just, so I didn't do that.
So I'm so sorry. So what is your name?
Devorah.
Devorah.
And
Devorah and Yisrael Feder.
Yeah.
Okay. Devorah, you're still cool even though your name isn't Jay.
I know.
You know.
Boring, yeah.
But now her name is Jay.
Okay, well, Yisrael and Devorah, really excited to have you here today. And what led you to this space is I saw an Instagram post that you made, which shared how you and your husband got separated and you didn't know what would evolve from that time period, your marriage. And I know that you are willing to talk about it today. We haven't had that conversation yet. And I think there's a lot of people who need to hear it. So before we go there, I just want our listeners to get a little sense of like who you are before your story started. So can you give us a brief background into where you're from, how you grew up, and then Yisrael will go to you.
Okay. I grew up in Brooklyn. When I was 18, we went to Israel for Sukkot. And somebody said, I have this most amazing guy, the most popular guy in school in yeshiva, and he's, everything. And they said, you have to meet him when you're there. And I'm like, no, I was in the middle of dating. I wasn't feeling it. And my dad's like, just go out with him. Because so we went out once and we were like, okay, whatever. Kind of like him. A second date, we really didn't like each other. It was definitely not a love at first sight type of thing or a second date. Then we went out again and then kind of clicked after that. And we dated for like 3 weeks and we got engaged.
Super young. How old were you?
21.
21. And was that the norm at the time? Were people dating at 18 and 21?
Yeah. And like dating for 3 weeks and you get married. Like you have no idea what you're going into. You don't know who the
Okay, jeder einer. Wir sagen 3 Wochen. So du Menschen, wo es gehen zu selber Show, schon ungetein wie Husten. So 3 weeks is more than 2 Mal treffen.
person is, but you're like, yeah, this is what everybody else does. So works.
Wild. Okay.
Die kleine Sache. Everybody else does it, so it has to work. Ze arbeid was ze arbeid, want man meint dat ze arbeid. This is a Sache, was man... You always think, so kommt es, weil so kommt es schon für die letzte paar Mal, but es ist nicht so.
So that's your version. Yisrael, can we hear your version of the story? It might not be very different.
No,
or a little bit about your
really
background.
Different. We went out, and it wasn't any. It was.
Were you really cool and super popular, or did they build you up? He was cool and popular.
He was.
Okay, that silence says it all.
Yeah. He's working on his ego right now.
And where are you from? Tell us about your
I
background.
grew up in Denver, Colorado, and back when Denver was really cool.
Brooklyn.
And now people think it's cool, but it was a really good place to grow up back then because nobody knew about it, and it was just like really like out west, but not, And so grew up skiing, playing football, just doing like hiking Colorado things, and then I went to started going to mainstream yeshivas after high school, and went to Israel and stayed there for like 5 years. And like in yeshiva there, what? I don't know.
It's a new history for me.
Oh, what? Is it?
Sie wird jetzt geworden, die alle Sachen. Wie bad gewinnt der Marriage und wie tzaddik is man. Als 40 Jahre noch der Gast, dann wird man geworden sagen.
I only went to mainstream yeshivas after high school.
No.
What are you even saying?
Because I was in Denver yeshiva before.
Denver yeshiva is regular yeshiva. Everybody goes there. It's normal.
It wasn't considered normal back then. They burned down the dorm, remember?
They burned down the dorm. By the way, that also happens on the podcast. Someone will say something and the spouse is like, oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that in our 15 years of marriage.
We're reframing it.
No, because before then, I didn't know.
Het rijdt maatbaar te zijn dat de yeshivas dan in Colorado zijn niet gewoon op dezelfde scale wie yeshivas. So...
All the New York people and I didn't go to those
Why did they separate? I don't know. Met zijn was zoekt.
Saying it's I mean Denver and New York it's planets. It's planets apart. I understand that.
But
because he was a douche.
Yeah, I lived on Old Town Road. Yeah.
Wait, did you? No.
No, but
Ze kijkt me de show zo niet zo doen in staatsgemaan, Sally. So
people I knew had horses all the time. Like
people had horses?
Yeah.
Just they owned horses.
Yeah, well, my parents being in the...
Zij zocht, maar geowned horses. Wegen dem hat Friege mas begin von die Yeshiva. En het is rule Yeshiva nicht dezelfde wie in Colorado Yeshiva. Dezelfde Sache.
jewelry business, so they knew they would deal with a lot of different types of people. And every Friday night, we'd have people over at the house, Shabbos dinner, like mostly not... Well, some of them Jewish, some of them I feel like... And so a lot of them were like ranches or places like out, right, the front range.
So cool. So
spent
cool.
a lot of time on horses.
That's like a really cool childhood. I feel like Devorah from Brooklyn didn't really spend times on horses.
Sie gespendet hat mit Bahamas. Es klingt dus wie sie wird jetzt geworden. Die alle Sachen.
I no.
And where did you live right when you got married?
Courses, but we lived in Israel for a year. We had our son there. And then my in-laws said,
You just showed.
they asked us to come back and help with the business. At that point, it was like 2000, right? Everything was going online. Like the whole world decided that there's going to be no more stores, like that, brick and mortar. So they said, just come to Denver for a year, move, and you'll, and then what we're asking for is a year. We're closing the store. And then we moved there. I said, fine, a year. Like I could do anything for a year. And then at the end of the year, they said, okay, could you give me one more year? I'm like, okay, whatever. It's fine. One more year. And then it was 5 years.
One of them have money. I'm guessing the Colorado guy. He's the one with the money.
Ooh.
And then it was 6 years, and I said, I can't. Denver's beautiful. The community is amazing. But like, I was this young girl, I had very little, there were like no couples our age. It was
Lonely.
It was lonely. My whole family lived in New York. It was lonely. So,
Ik viel wie ik bekam een headache van de mic. Van de static van de mic.
he agreed that we would move after a year.
Mary Midas, not Mary Midas. You're welcome.
at that last year. And I said, okay, I'm going with you or without you. And we went to Passaic. We figured it would be like a little out of town, which it really, Passaic at that point was really also same, very warm and friendly and like a small town. And we opened up.
She has the money?
We thought we would open an office in New York. So we moved cross country. And then he traveled back and forth for 2 years between Denver and New York. He came home 2 weekends a month. Those 2 years.
What do you mean came home for 2 weekends a month? How long were you away for?
No, I was in Denver at
The store was open. We kept the store open.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were living in Denver for 2 weeks out of the month? Or more than that?
Yeah.
No, he came home Friday. He came home Thursday night. He left Sunday
yeah.
night.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
It was interesting. It was like,
You had to enjoy it. You had to enjoy it.
I had 3 little kids, and it was hard, but we developed like a rhythm. Like it wasn't.
It became your norm.
Yeah, it became my norm. Yeah, very much so.
Wow. And what was that like for you? Because I know that's not uncommon. I know there's a lot of people who do things like that.
I did not like it. It was just, I was always on a plane. Sometimes just was open my eyes at the end of a flight. I'm like, am I back in New York? Am I in like, I was just losing track of life and time goes by too fast and you're not there for all the things that you want to be there for.
Yeah.
It was a very down time for me.
And it sounds like you did that for 2 years. What happened after that?
So what happened, we had something that happened at the time where I was able to, my mother came back to help me run the store a little so I could spend more time in New York and start building up
His parents moved to Israel.
Oh yeah, they moved.
Okay.
So I didn't even have them there anymore.
Okay.
To help. So we took over the business. I bought it from them, and Dora wasn't in the business yet. So it was like 2010.
Okay. Must have been so different. World of a difference.
Yeah, totally. And I was much less developed, obviously, as a person, as just an adult. I was a kid, even though I was already 30. So
Okay.
I don't know.
30 is still really young. 30 is really young. Also, I find that when you start life younger, you have less time to really focus on yourself because your responsibilities grow really, really fast. So you're not constantly thinking about like your own growth, your own perspective, your own perception. You're just trying to survive.
We had a baby 10 months after we got married.
Yeah.
And then
This is of 1.5. 1.25. Let me put it on normal.
and I was like, I was 19.
Yeah, the biggest, I would say regret, but we didn't really get to know each other.
But ze seemed wie sie is a Brooklyn draaier. Titzig in Ekim van Colorado, me raadt a horse, me gaat skiing, me juckt zich nicht, everything is gonna be okay, papa's gonna be in the shop, you know what I'm saying? Me gaat bald onveel oil in the tractor. En I feel like when they beide zijn het samengekomen, is het gewoon zo wie ice en, wie zoekt man? Hot and cold.
Probably.
So like last year.
Yeah, like last week, I feel like I started catching on a little.
It took us probably till we moved here. It was this constant state of like, you're running. You really aren't. You put it right. You're not developing.
Ze hebben nicht gelebt. Ze hebben nicht gelebt zusammen. Ze hebben getracht aufzuwachsen naar family.
So
She looked disgusted. Also kijkt es schon aus, wenn einer viel wie darf sich heruplauern. Colorful shorts. Hello and welcome.
can you bring us to the start of when
How you
things
doing?
started to become
Ich verstehe nicht, aber für was sei es denn auf a podcast? Like, I guess man, I thought said.
knowingly challenging in your relationship?
So I think, to start to create a distance.
Yeah.
We were never together.
Exactly.
So tell me more.
But, well, first of all,
can you give me a quick rundown? So far explained man es du, kann ich gehörig verstanden, sie ist von Brooklyn, ist von Colorado, sie sind gewähnt Gassen, die gehen zusammen, haben sich später separated, and they made it work again. So, man halt jetzt bei der Part, wie der erste Crack ist mir jetzt gut geworden, als haben verstanden, als auch nicht gehabt kein Marriage.
I did not have any good role models of what a good husband looked like.
Exactly.
I didn't even know what a wife really was. Like, what role a wife plays.
Ich kann das verstehen. Als wenn einer sagt, ich weiß nicht die Rolle, was sie da spielen. But, sag mal, kannst du machen eine eigene Rolle, als ist okay. Als Sachen sind okay, man darf sich heranfitten in eine Rolle. Again, als Sachen sind nicht gut, dass du trying zu manövern.
In her husband's world and in the home, and so, and when you have an extraordinary mother in any sense, like my mom's very extraordinary, you more lose touch. Like if she's great at keeping things clean and she's
read the description. Mama saying. In this episode of How This was a part of marriage and most people hide. Married young, disconnected from the start, and eventually separated, and then they opened up about a year in the struggle, and public judgment, and quiet. Bananas humility. Okay, yeah, so far so good. Beyond repair, and the shame that it often comes to the reality. What makes this conversation powerful is not just that they got back together, but how they did it. Through dating each other again. They went out again. Wie sie viel, so schon Friede ist gesagt. Sind gegangen daten. Können sie gerne, wegen dem habe ich lieb zu watchen, wenn sie machen, die coming up, sie geht daran Information, wo es, jetzt weiß ich schon die Information, aber jetzt sicher ist da mal an zu lang wie Apostel. I feel like this whole podcast, all these marriage stories, is cringe because they ever a full story. Okay. Aber das kann man werden inspired, wenn einer arbeitet auf etwas. Du hast auch Menschen, die gehen für den Divorce, weil man geht schon für den Divorce. Wie sich viel von sei, sind nicht gehen Gassen gehabt, sind später gegangen, you know? It's clickbait.
Always working and her hands are never stop moving. Like that's not even a normal person. Nobody, like people aren't like that. So.
Exactly. Einer, was hat gesaved a marriage, will man hören, in sehen, welche Tidbits of information kann man auch haben für uns. You know, for the married ones.
So, and
come on, how can you get out again? Kaufschutz, ja, es ist gering zu sagen, aber wenn man hat different lives und Sachen kommen sich aus anders und man hat Kinder, kriegt das aus so.
The thing is, that was crazy. So I thought my mom was one way, and then when she wasn't like that, I'm like, oh, she's not like. So I didn't even have anywhere to put it.
gewollt a Mama. Nicht gewiss, was man darf haben von einer Wab. A Mama hat gewiss, was a Mama tut.
Know how to value.
Go that Yiddish. She's giving him the that's there. Yeah, sie had a type of look. Sie had a I will eat you for lunch, brother. Know what I'm saying?
Woman, a wife, and get to know her, and then build my.
Sie fühlt also wie sie gegangen zu Therapy, als wenn er zweite redt, darf sie tun als Action sich zu beruhigen or something like that.
Relationship with her. Find out.
I don't know. Maybe 3 Kinder.
What her strengths are, what she's good at, and where her weaknesses are, and then like build like an actual relationship.
I mean, they need to patch. Sie gering zu sagen, was meint Patch? Jeder bekommt Patch. Du meinst, was getten sich von der Patch, und auch du meinst, was nehmen der Lesson von der Patch.
No idea.
Yeah. And so when you were dating, what even inclined you to continue dating? If you said we never really worked together.
Well, just to give you an idea of how it went down, when I got engaged, it was so haphazard that I didn't tell any of my best friends that I was even dating her, let alone getting engaged. My friend Avi, who everyone who knows me knows Avi, he still to this day reminds me that he found out from some rando. Look, he's like, oh, you're friends with Federer. He's engaged. And he's like, he's engaged. He's not dating anyone. What like,
Somebody saw us in town.
Yeah.
And they're like,
and he's like, that's how.
Meaning you were so disconnected from the concept of what was happening in front of you.
We went out.
No, sie ist totally the andere Seite. The interviewer.
We didn't go well. It continued to not go well. I don't know why we went out again. And
Sie kijkt aus, wie sie haben getan, am Move, wo es mehr frimmere Menschen wie sie tun, and they couldn't identify with that. You get what I'm saying? That's what I feel happened. Like, is a mensch from Colorado, a chilled situation. Sie ist from Borough Park, you know. And sie sind etwas rausgegangen, Sachen ausgekickt, have geht, gegangen, mal gesucht die Arme, gefahren weiter.
because your mother said.
And jetzt darf man sich kicken in den Spiegel und be like, oh my God, ich kann nicht mal husten. Und ich habe getan, ping wie der andere Hebrer haben getan. You know what I'm saying?
There's even a 1% chance that
I told my mom when I came up.
It looks like it's still not going well. Go that Yiddish. Looks can be deceiving.
Then I'm like, she goes, what do you think? I'm like, nah, 99% no. She's like, well.
Also wie einer getroffen, einer wird sich gegett. Hat ich verstehen, ich habe dich Nächten gesehen, 2 Tage zu dir gesehen, bist gerne so happy. Also, ich dachte, ja, weil ich schon gewiss, dass ich gar nicht mehr getten.
1%, might as well go out again. I wonder if
my father said the same thing. He's like, just try again. I'm like, I really don't like him.
Sie hat mich lieb gehabt, sie gefahren weiter, so mich auf viele getracht vergessen haben. Es ist just geschehen. Like, something happened, und beide sind gesagt, okay, let's do it.
Like, it was really a bad day.
No, but I'm not a great communicator. Devora.
He was like firing questions at me. He's like, what's your goal in life? What are you going to do in life? Like, which is probably normal today, but like, it was a second date. So at one point I just stopped him. We sat down and eventually like, listen, we're obviously, it's not going to go anywhere. Like, we see that we're not meant to be together and this is not going to go anywhere. So let's just have a nice walk, because we were walking. It was like a walking date.
And sie gesagt, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me.
And then we'll just go our separate ways. Like, that's the level of where it was at.
So then how did you end up getting married?
Du kommt daran, how did you end up getting married? Du kommt daran, der chassidische Effekt. Der Frimme, es ist just geschehen. Boom. Sind geworden. Kijk hoe naar eerste Schmeichel, was kommt da raus. Der erste genuine Schmeichel, was sie hat. Machen die Weint. Okay.
It was like a walking date. And then we'll just go our separate ways. Like, that's the level of where it was at.
Kijk.
So then how did you end up getting married?
Well, that is actually.
It's a great question. I have no clue.
A great question, but
Zijn beide lachen. Die können zijn beide lachen, weil beide weißen, also haben nicht der Terrat. So sie haben sich gesagt, zerlach, also capitulation lach. Also sie haben, like, was aber der Zähne, you know?
Also, I would say, like,
Also man muss auch, wo trachten ist. Wenn ich tracht bin, wollte ich getan den Move. Man tracht nicht.
kind of sums up our life. Everything that looks like it's heading for the biggest disaster is what we turn into
Karl verstaat, man kan gedenken 75 years.
our best stuff. So
We did. We went out. That was at the third date. We went to this park, and we were like
Von wo sind sie noch einmal raus auf ein Date?
playing football, and
right.
and then we went out to dinner, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this could work. And then it just kind of went from there.
We were walking in Tel Aviv on the and then there was this you know, those like makeshift slingshots that are on the beach, like
Yeah.
Those rides.
yeah. And I'm a thrill seeker type of guy, so I'm like, oh, let's go on that. And she's like, totally not. She's like, no. I'm like, oh, you're scared. And I see her eyes, and she's like, no.
Sees her eyes.
I'm like, all right, let's go. She did it, which if you know her now, it's like the craziest thing.
I don't do
She
heights.
just wouldn't do that. But just because I challenged her, and I was like, okay, she's showing me something here. Like,
She looks 40 and he looks 60. Das ist van joke only. Woinen mit ihr. Kijkt aus 61. Es ist ein Joke.
Yeah. So I'm almost hearing
Look
maybe
at her face. Because I'm can't be in Ziga to the face. Friga macht that comment. She's just maybe ear face, meaning it's not from a negative perspective. I mean, just you know what I'm saying?
that you were both just really naive
Totally.
and young and didn't really understand what was happening in front of you and going with the flow.
I didn't know anything. I wouldn't say that I did anything that I would tell any of my kids.
Will just jetzt lachen von der Wesigkeit. You know. Kann nicht echte Wörter sagen, I was stupid. I was stupid. I mean, the move, nicht the...
To do when qualifying or just building that, you know, the experience of whether or not it's somebody you want to marry.
Yeah. And so somehow you, probably because it was just the thing to do, or maybe you were sounds like you're being guided also.
Maybe we'll do another few minutes, colorful shirts.
You ended up married and...
De reason warum ich will bleiben, ist, weil ich sehe du Sachen, was ist interessant für mich. Like, sie haben mich gedacht, wenn ich hasse um. Keiner hat sie echt nicht gepressured. Was sie geschehen, und ich verstehe sie. Because ich komme von jener Seite. So ich will hören weiter, you know?
Yet very disconnected, but probably not even realizing it.
Yeah, because he's nervous. He's nervous and he has to choose the words. And also how it comes down. Like, wenn a chassidische Doktor gegangen zu sein Wort, bei der ersten Show, macht Sinn, wenn es kommen von dort. Aber du bist besser meiner zu sagen, anders. Bei einem Date, man, die kommst auch von Colorado, keiner echt pressure-technisch, und die weißt nach außen. Looking back, it's odd.
Because what do you have to compare it to?
Right. Today I look at my son and my daughter-in-law and the life that they're leading and how they interact with each other, and it's amazing. It's amazing watching it. But we're not even close to that. Like the levels of openness that exist right now and the way they communicate, and it wasn't then. It was just, hey, you're getting married, and like that's it. I can't even explain it. We only even saw each other.
Sie können es einfach nicht masbe sein, because there's no words. Masbe zu sein das. Aber es ist interessant, aber von wie ins kommen, von ich komme, verstehe ich ihr. Habe ich mit ihr.
For a week after we were engaged. He went to Israel. I went to New York. We got engaged. We had a VAR in New York. He went back.
They have kids. And einiglich, hopefully.
And then I saw him for a week in January. We got engaged February. We got married February 2nd.
Was that what other people around you were doing too, or you don't even know? It sounds very kind of like checkboxy. Like this is just the next thing to do, so we do it.
Yeah. I remember thinking that. I'm like, they wake me up like, it's your VAR today. I'm like, okay. It's your wedding, shower. Oh, okay.
Right. It's just, I don't know. It was, yeah.
Es ist funny, als sie gewähnt bei beiden. Es ist funny, als sie geschehen bei beiden. Nicht nur bei, es ist nicht so wie einer hat lieb gehabt, der zweiten, und nur einer. Beide sind gewähnt hinter der Spell.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of people's stories. And so when did you notice that things were unnatural to the point where maybe this wasn't going to work?
So I've had to place this in a way where it's still very respectful. My mother-in-law is an amazing person. She is. And now...
We fangt doen right away.
With the mother-in-law.
Kid.
Today, like thankfully, after so many years, we do have a very healthy, good relationship with her. But at that time, she definitely came in the middle of us and got in between a lot. And he used to spend like hours talking to her. And we were living in Israel. I was like, again, he had a life over there. I came into a life almost. Like I was 18. I left my house and then I went into his life. And he had all his friends and he had his community. And I was like kind of floundering around. And then he had his mom and he would talk to her for hours at a time. And I was just...
You didn't marry your mother-in-law? No, got sehr gute connection mit seiner Mama. You know what I'm saying?
There was something off about it. And I knew she didn't like me. I think that he was an oldest son. Nobody would have been good enough for him. And I'm at that point.
I was talking to your mother, divorce. I mean, it can be in a creepy way, but everybody has to judge it on their own. Du meinst, du gute connections mit seiner Mama, mit Tata, immer retten, sie titzig. Also, depending on the family. In auch das sag mal, wenn man macht op, als einer hat nicht lieb einem, poof. And sometimes you can't break that ideology, you know. Einer hat etwas gesagt.
Point right now where I finally am able to like see that it's not about me, it's about that
Looks like she's still nursing.
any girl, no matter who she chose for him, unless she handpicked it and chose it.
Redden zu der Mama, depending was heißt redden a Sach. You know, a Sach kann sein, für ein Schuh, 2 Minuten. What does a lot mean?
It wouldn't have been good enough. So I think even
But in Oibere Geretz is a mama seems like but the yoga had a form of communication skill.
just from the beginning. And he didn't really know how to be a husband. I mean, he didn't. He didn't understand it. So.
And so when you would
I kicked him in the Augen heran. Look at me, I'm the captain now.
talk to...
But es ist schwer. Meaning like, 2 Menschen haben Chasana zusammen. Sie darf fitten. Sie darf, as they say. It has to make sense.
your mom, who obviously you adored and
Man judged keinem nicht.
looked up to, how would that affect your dynamic from your perspective?
So looking back on it now, and this is so many years, that behavior was a long time ago, but it totally shifted my mind into the wrong places because I was trying to reconcile what I thought were facts, which is whatever she told me, with whatever was going on here. And like, it was extremely unhealthy. It couldn't have helped at all in any way. The only smart advice I have today for any mother-in-law, which I gave my wife too, and had, we could talk about that, is no advice is the advice. You let them go, and that their wife is their guide. If you're talking to your son, she's the guide. You'll know if you're doing good if she's smiling, if she's happy. And that was not the advice I was given, because it was like, you have to do this, this, this. And I look at a wife totally different today, more as the gauge of how I'm doing rather than, whether she's falling in line to these are the ideals and what I'm coming with.
Yeah.
Totally different.
And that's such a perspective shift from going to my expectation of how my partner should be performing to this is my partner and they will help teach me how I should perform.
Right.
And I would imagine a parent who loves their child is going to express approval if they think that their partner's not meeting up to their standard. And in their efforts to try to look out for their child, they end up destroying the marriage.
I think a big part of it also is your mother couldn't let you go.
That's another, but yeah, your advice to your kid is not the gift. The wife is the gift that will show him everything, because I think that's the dynamic of marriage. A woman's intuition and what she wants for her husband, an Eishes Chayil, a girl that's a real girl, that's going to be a guiding light. And any advice your mother gives you is an opinion, and that opinion doesn't belong in that holy place.
Right. It's like so unnatural because the parent used to be the person that you turn to, and now there's a shift. Because I think even it says in the Torah, right? Like your wife comes first before your parent.
I mean, it says it as clear as the Torah says anything. Al Kain, therefore, Yazo Vish, he should leave them. It doesn't say that he should extend it out to his wife.
So I guess Mama gewesen Triangle like the news, immer darf nicht.
Leave them, stick to her. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
You have to do that. If you don't do that, and there's still attachments and rubber bands or bungee cords that are holding you in, and you're like, okay, well, but my mom said, doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because then the woman, she's not free to be the Aisha. She doesn't have, it's not her space.
Right. And so as someone who now is a mother-in-law, do you think that there are mother-in-laws that are getting in the way of their children's relationship?
100%. There's no question.
Of course.
I'm going to preface it every time I say
Ich habe Mann, was sich gegett, weil der Schwieger hat sich herangemischt in der Chasana. It's terrible.
it. I'm not pointing fingers and there's no blame. And obviously Hashem runs the world. But at the end of the day, large percentage of why we had so many issues that we had was because she did not want to let him go. And I know, and I relate to that. I can understand it because when my son got married and I wasn't nearly as like attached as she was to him, I also had a very hard time with it. I was like, 1 second, I raised this kid for so many years and now I have nothing to do with him anymore. Like, what is that? It's very, very tough. And I'm so grateful to having gone through it because now I know exactly what not to do and what to do.
So why don't you tell those mother-in-laws who are listening, what should they not do?
So the whole thing of really not opening your mouth is very, very real. Do not say what you're thinking, no matter what. And it comes to your kids also. It comes to, well, your kids are going to be different. It's more a mother-in-law, obviously, if they're a daughter-in-law, than the other way around. Like the son-in-law. You know. It's just let him figure it out. Let them both figure it out. And all you do is love them. That's it. Just love them and love them and love them and love them. And if your daughter-in-law, my daughter-in-law she is amazing. She really, really is. We went to Israel now for 2 weeks. I got sick when I was there. We moved into her house. She took care of us. She made us suppers. I'm so grateful that my son has her. But again, it's a daughter-in-law, mother-in-law dynamic. But just give and love and don't say a word.
Ooh, give, love, and don't open your mouth. What you're thinking, that thought, don't say it.
Right. So should you ask me that question also?
No.
Yes. We'll be right back to our episode. But first, although there who was Kol Chabad Tzedakah Pushka app today, loving mother who was attempting to protect her son. Right. What would you say to the mothers-in-law?
I don't know.
Or the mothers.
Right.
I guess the mothers,
first of all, your daughter-in-law is not your daughter. And you are not raising her. You're gifted with this person for your child and for your family. And
ze doet de zaak van wissende information en nog dem aanleggen in practice. You know, ze zoekt zich zij geht, but this misser zoeken. In this misser, you know what I'm saying?
You cannot, it's not a fixer-upper. It's not something, you don't get to work on it. That what you got is, that was the gift. So all the things that she has from whatever she's coming from, the things that, first of all, you don't even know her yet. Even a little bit. Because so many scenarios, and she doesn't even know her yet, because she doesn't know herself as a wife. She's especially
it's brand new.
Yeah. So you have to give so much grace and space for non-judgment, where you don't come up with your opinion of this person until way later. I personally, and I never told this to anyone besides for my son, I committed to myself for 2 years, I say 18 months, years, I would not give him any advice or criticism or anything that was negative for the first 2 years he got married, until him and his wife were like molded together. And they're still, you know, obviously, and it's a longer process.
Exactly,
but, and he was wondering, Abba, why don't I hear from you? Because there was times where I had so much to say that I just was like, I'd rather just kind of take a real step back. And after that amount of time, that's when I told him, like, this was my deal with myself, so that I didn't make the same mistakes. And sometimes I go overboard and try not to make the same mistakes that I, grew up with. But
you're gonna make some mistakes. Jeder macht mistakes. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is straight perfect.
It's the only way. And I had to. Dora would have made the same mistakes, not maybe on the same level, but she was very emotional about her son getting married. And a mother, it's a real challenge.
Yeah, as I'm hearing you two talk, I'm thinking, do people talk about what to expect after a child gets married, or how to help them
How about this? Instead
grow? Because you just have cynical humor, and I think that's about it, right?
There should be chassan classes and chassan's mother's classes.
Yeah.
It's very, very
when
hard.
we could learn.
And especially us, like we
mother classes.
I love having my kids around me. We were very big on that. We do like these huge family trips, and it's a big part of who we are. So then all of a sudden there's one missing, and then there's an addition, and it's like you're trying to, that dynamic is also very hard, how you balance all that out.
Yeah.
We went to Yellowstone, and it was like,
Do I remember?
Gegangen zu Yellowstone. Oh, die bist du gegangen der Jahr zu Yellowstone? Oh, was gefunden zu den French Alps?
Oh my God, I felt so bad for her. But she pulled it together. She was amazing. She was pregnant and she pulled it, and she did these 9-hour days with us. And she was great. So.
No, I listen, over the times we developed our rules. Like, you know, if they're in our house, and we've told them this since, like, if there's a mess, I told her, I'm like, that's a compliment to you, because that means they're comfortable in your daughter-in-law is comfortable in your home. If she's cleaning up after herself, like in a way that's unnatural or whatever, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
So it's really just looking at everything in a way, and also knowing that.
Kijkt door zei weet je, is de richtige woord, wat analytical. Is zei des, okay, we gaan skiën, we darf kennen van horses. Niet Brooklyn, niet, ich meine nicht Brooklyn, du, bei uns, du. Brooklyn, the place.
It takes time to play out. So you could really do the most in the beginning by doing nothing.
Yeah. And I think it starts by letting go of this expectation for perfection, because no one is perfect. And then I think assuming that a relationship is supposed to look that way, a spouse is supposed to behave that way, especially as you said, she's figuring it out too for the first time.
He never grew up. Ja, ik ben comfortable wie geweest. And not only did he need to grow up, dacht ook het verstaan weer naar aangeworfen in een mens van New York, Brooklyn area. You get what I'm saying? This is different. It is a out-of-towner. You get out-of-towner vibes, you know?
Actually, the opposite of what you just said.
Oh, what would you say?
About the perfection. Assume everything is imperfect.
Ken je dat? Ik kom van een Hasidische family.
Like,
assume it's perfect. Right, so letting go of perfection.
No, but you're saying expecting perfection.
No, not expecting perfection.
Right, but even the ideal of looking at what perfect is, you don't
exactly.
You don't know everything.
Doesn't exist.
A mother stays a mother. Ja, but a mama, also wie a mama had jobs, bij de 3 auszulenen de kinderen een certain zaak, en bij de 4, en bij de 5, en bij de 6, en bij de 10, en bij de 13, en bij de 18. Nog de gassen, hè? When the kind wächst auf, darf man sein a different type of mama. You get what I'm saying? My black mama.
Everything has to be without judgment. Oh, she's good at this, she's not good at that. We want to see a little improvement here. I'm like, how about nothing?
She's not a progress report.
Right.
Exactly.
She's an evolving.
Weil jeder Human. Du hast auch geschliebt, dein mother-in-law. Dein mother-in-law will auch etwas changen, die hast es nicht gewollt. So lass up Dana.
Individual who's trying to figure out how to start the beginning of her life in this brand spanking new way, and having you take notes along the way is not going to help this relationship that's so delicate. And so in your experience, when did you notice that things weren't cohesive in your marriage, and what did you do next?
I mean, really going backwards, that summer I stayed in New York. We were separated for 3 weeks. Remember that?
Yeah, that was what year was that? 20.
I was 6 months pregnant with David.
With David?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going that far back. Way back.
That's
the beginning.
If we're really being honest and we're discussing it, then yeah, it was never good. I mean, it was like this plain as from the first day.
But not an easy marriage. Violent. Ze geen violence, geen abuse. Oh, dus was pure niet gearbeitet en gewoon roommates.
We got married until I would really honestly say till we got back together, and even then, I think we finally figured it out about a year ago. It's a long time.
Beautiful.
But it really took us that long.
Yeah, because it didn't really start until recently.
Right.
Exactly.
What you had was maybe a business partnership, maybe it was coworkers, it wasn't a marriage.
Right. It's interesting you saying that, because really what kept us together during the separation was the fact that we worked together.
Huh.
That was a very big part of it. We got back together 2015. It's 2026. So it took us 10 years to really realize that we had to find another source of connection aside from the business. Because we got back together through the business.
Mm-hmm.
We built a store in Boca when we were getting back together, and we threw ourselves into that business. It became our everything, became our identity, it became who we were. And then we did construction in our house, and I was like kind of the contractor, so I took off a year. And
Kijk on your face when ze zoekt the contractor.
It became our everything, became our identity, it became who we were.
Well, yes.
And then we did construction in our house, and I was like kind of the contractor, so
Okay.
I took off a year.
Ich kann sagen ein Wort, weil sie gewähnt der Contractor, aber jetzt, wenn sie darf sagen, sucht es nicht mit der
And I realized afterwards, what are we? Like, what happened to us?
If your marriage fails, F&O business, it saves it. Not financial advice.
And then I realized, I don't know if we ever really were us. We were us through J. Feder Jewelers, but like, what are we besides J. Feder Jewelers? So now.
Go ahead, Yiddish. No, I don't think it's hat moire sich zu rücken. Ich meine, als nicht, ist sehr ruhig. Sehr out of town. Alles ist sehr calculated. Juckt sich nicht, hat kein Noise in den Kopf. Wegen dem, was der Gassene geht. Ich meine, ich stelle es jetzt zusammen, ein bisschen öfter. Could be wrong, you know. Ich gehe dann, darf ich Gassen Okay. Man darf bauen the fence. So man geht zu den Tools, zu den Shed, man baut, man macht. Sei nicht, also 1, 2, 3. So that's what I feel like is happening.
Over the last year, we're working on that, on connecting in other ways that don't have anything to do with the business, building our relationship now, 25 years later.
Yeah. I feel like that's everyone's story. They just don't know that it's okay to be there. Mm-hmm. And so when you pretend thinking you should be someplace else, you never end up doing the work that's going to help you get to where you want to go. Right. And when you were in that space of separation, I want to ask both of you what that was like for people who don't know, and they may have judgments and they may be critical. It's so important to have compassion for someone that's struggling. Can you share a little bit of what that was like for both of you?
I'm the type that never gives up. Like, I'll always find another angle. I'll make it work. I'll do, like, for me to say that I'm separate.
Ich kann nicht sehen, auf viele sagen, für whenever, wenn sie gearbeitet auf der Marriage, be more lively. Weißt du, mein? Red mit der Hand. Do something.
Was, I have to think, it was probably one of the darkest points of my life.
But the whole vibe is her leading him. Sie is the pants in the house. So this is definitely, wo sie kickt aus, sie ist the pants in the house. In hat nicht ein größer Problem damit, verstehst? He hat nicht ein größer Issue. Hat call mommy.
To look at myself like that, because it was like almost like a failure on my part to make it work. The one thing that we were very careful about was that our kids never heard anything bad about the other side. And that, for me, if I'm going to say anything to anybody going through this, you are going...
Sie kijkt nicht aus, wie sie fühlt, wie sie gehad major Aufgeregtheit auf ihm. Meaning, again, ich weiß nicht, but a nicht a gute marriage meint nicht ewig hell. You know what I'm saying? Sie nicht bequem, but sie nicht hell. Sie do hell.
Going to hurt your children if you badmouth the other spouse. And I think you can ask my kids. I mean, I hope that they would say this.
Cut the kids. The mama get schlecht auf 80? Yep. That would be fun.
But both of us were so respectful of the other person.
To the clip.
And that is kind of, I think, what...
Ich hoffe, der versteht, dass a Sache in the commentary is just FUN. A bisschen fun. I'm just saying.
What helped us get through that, it was... I said before that it was about the business. It wasn't. It was about keeping our kids whole. And also... and like the work kept us together.
Yeah.
But it was incredibly painful. I would drive around, like, he knows the story. I don't know if he likes it or doesn't like it, but I would drive around.
Is van de mensen, you're breathing too loud.
Nights and times, and I would see like everybody's windows lit up, and I'd be like, what am I missing here? Like, why don't I have that?
Yeah.
And it's very, very painful to see that. And obviously your logic comes in and says, well, not everything's perfect. But end of the day, when you're going through something so painful, and there's a lot of, there's a lot of negativity around it. And negativity is the wrong word. It's almost like a lot of rumors around it. Why are they doing that? What's really going on? And stories being thrown around. And at the end of the day, it's really two people that just never made it work. And just in their own pain.
Yeah. And was it public or was it private? Like, did people know you were separated, or?
It was very public.
Which makes it harder.
Yeah, it was public.
What was it like for you?
How was it public?
Isolating. It was very tormenting because every time I got to see the kids, I saw the pain, and like, it really bothered me always. Like, I never wanted to end up there. I also tried not to lose hope, but I was just
Is his hair real? Yeah. Shulky smooth hair, baby.
getting like more and more in a dark place. And I did not. I tend to like retreat into myself. People think I'm an extrovert. I'm like, really not. I'm an introvert. So I've spent more and more time alone.
Mensen meinen is an extrovert. That's interesting. I guess I do off camera is that a bit shy, which makes sense, which is normal.
And it was not. It was really bad. And also at the time I played football, I hurt my knee. So I had to have a surgery while we were very rough year with the kids.
Someone is getting a whooping when he gets home.
I was like probably the lowest that I've been in my life in terms of not even wanting to like, what's the point? But the two things that I will tell you is number one, getting to work with her and see her for the first, I think I saw her for the first time, like actually who she was, because I wasn't with her in the house getting, having that constant conflict.
Basically, het aangewakt na als eigen arbeid. Sie a frische, meaning sie kennt die, wo sie will in daheim. So toen gaan we realizen, als we hat nicht die fights, staat me schon auf a bessere footing.
So I started to like see her, and that was I think it's like the first time that I feel like that was a real turning point for me.
Wow.
Wanting her, not just wanting a wife with a family at home. It was like I wanted Deborah.
Yeah.
We would work together every day. We were going into the office every day.
Whoa. Well, separated.
Yeah.
And was that just, how did that work?
We lived like a few blocks away from each other because we thought that would be good for the kids. And we would, I don't know, we kept it together. I think without the marriage part there, right, we became like, we were kind of friends.
Dus haben gedacht arbeiten zusammen. Sie hat schon nicht gekannt bitchen zu ihm. Und er hat nicht gekannt bitchen zu ihr, weil wir dich separated. So jetzt du in Arbeit, ist man chilled. Und als man ist chilled, arbeitet sich es ja aus.
And somehow I was trying to remember it because I was like, as preparing for this, I was thinking like what, but I don't know how we pulled it off. I really don't. I think we tried keeping everything out of the office, and neither of us really wanted to give it up. We both put a lot of our like blood, sweat, and tears into building this business. So we were both very attached to it. Mm-hmm. And it was mostly about respecting the boundaries in the office and respecting the fact that the people who worked with us shouldn't be involved in our story. And I know I wish I had a better explanation for
that. It makes a lot of sense. If you felt previously like you were disconnected from each other in a marriage, and it actually makes a lot of sense that you'd be able to work well together because, like you mentioned, you weren't really connected to begin with.
Right.
And what was that like socially? Like, how did people react socially? What did they do that wasn't so appropriate, just so people can understand how to be better?
I mean, there are a lot of
if that
sides.
happens.
There's a lot of sides drawn. Of course there are. There's people that feel like he's the problem, people that feel like I'm the problem. There were, again, a lot of stories thrown around about us, a lot of rumors going around that were incredibly painful to hear. And if I could say anything, it's that you never know what is going on in someone's house. And to make up stories or to like...
So sie do manchmal machen auf Stories, but noch damit du, wie so Stories werden, the broken telephone. Sie wird im Ganzen übergedreht, und sie kommt schon nun. And people love to talk, again. Ich auch, jeder einer. Gossip is something that keeps us alive. So, ja, darf sich anhalten.
That, it's horrific and horrible. It really is. Usually when these situations happen and someone's separated and you see they're not getting divorced yet, they're working together, it's generally just, if I could it's usually just two people that just couldn't get along. It's really as simple as that. We were guided we went to different rabbanim and therapists and psychologists. Like we were guided along this thing and we were told this is what was best for us. So it's our main, I don't know where I was going with that.
Don't make someone else's tsar, someone else's pain, your topic of entertainment.
Right.
Why would anyone do that?
Right.
Why would anyone?
Ich verstehe so, why would anybody do that? Because it's Geschmack. Es ist fun. Es ist interessant. Wenn nicht Geschmack und interessant zu reden durch den Haaren und Rechiles, sollte nicht gewähnen, als sagt, wie man darf sich anhalten für den Haaren und Rechiles. Ich sage, ich muss auch reden durch den Haaren und Rechiles. But I'm just saying, geht ein Stück durch den Haaren. Sagst das, der Oilem received das noch? Besser wie anything. Mehr ein Oilem haben. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that because then...
Exactly. But wegen dem, tun man nicht wegen dem, but the harm, was sie kann rauskommen, davon ist groß. So...
God might come to you and say, oh, you think you got it? You think you got it? I'll give you a little bit of a taste. And then you become the topic of conversation.
That is really like
and
the key of all of that.
Boom.
It's so upsetting when other people's pain is like sparks your interest. And it's natural. It's why we have, it was the cause of the...
Sadly, we're not doing it right now because nobody's coming with information, with factual information. I'm not saying, oh, I heard this from her brother-in-law and this is this. Got what I'm saying? This is just observations. We're doing an observation. She goes online. She puts on a video. So do we. We go on and we see it and we judge. One day I misjudged the step and I pulled my back. That's what happens when you misjudge. But over here, if you misjudge, nothing happens because I'm not saying anything. We're not saying concrete here. Sag mal nicht, dus ist es. Das ist der Fakt. We could say something and then 5 minutes later she says something or he says something and die ganze Sache, was sind zusammen gesagt, ist ein Sandcastle. So fällt er up. You know what I mean?
Destruction of the temple, gossip. There's a reason why the whole...
Lucinata is what I live by, 100. Esther, we know. It's Geschmack.
whole world was destroyed. And I hope that hearing this, if someone's instinct is to find out, to ask, to judge, welcome compassion.
But then we also, just on the other, I'm sorry to jump down the flip side of it, I was thinking now, we had a lot of friends that really didn't choose sides. A lot of friends that managed to balance both. And now we're still friends with them. And that part is a really beautiful thing. If you don't choose sides or you very respectfully say, like, I want to remain friends with both of you. Same couples who would invite me over would invite him over. So that was really, really amazing.
Shout out to Passaic during those years for us.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of people supported us and we're not judgmental. And I felt like okay being around there with not shunned or whatever. And I think that was a testament to the culture of the place and the way that people handle themselves. Yeah. Our close friends and really the community at large. Thanks.
Right. It was really,
I don't know how they
have courage to show the unpleasant of yes. And es gibt das auch Credit von herauskommen reden. Anybody who kommt heraus in red in andere Menschen, sie can save andere Menschen, which we will never know wem sie saved. And even if it only saves one person, one marriage, and their marriage is theirs, it's schon gelohnt, die ganze show. You know what I'm saying?
How my kids would describe it. And I think they were the big losers also of this whole thing because they don't get their childhood back.
Bruckner, ich weiß nicht, wir können es sich herüberbringen als eine question. Sie eine Woche geblieben in a dead marriage. Ich sag mal, it's just, sie wird life. Sie tut sich her, sie tut sich hin, man hat auf ein Business, man hat some form of communication, man pickt auf die Kinder, man drappt auf die Kinder, but man ist busy. Und auch dann, wenn die Kinder muffen raus, fängt man nur sehen, wie leidig sie ist, und sie können dann, but sie ist nicht eibig, sie ist ein Grude allein.
And I personally wasn't there for them like I wanted to be, and and it's not something that I could, there's no going back on that. Like that's those years. So.
Wat ze ook, ze kunnen dan twee mensen maken op de gesm kicken en zo'n takken gas aan de gaat, also wie in zo'n gas aan de gaat, zo'n takken gemaakt kinder. Jetzt können wir ins gehen der andere Weg, in Trein zu treffen naja, which in sehen wir den draußen in der Welt, wie sie kickt aus und wo dit sich. Oder we could make it work. Und das kann auch sein als a point of return, a point wie die Kim Stone. Nicht für jedem, but in that position, but that is a nice story,
Maybe we haven't probably even focused on that enough.
I think I remember having this realization in seminary as a child for any.
I'm sorry, Esther. But if it's a horrible marriage, then it needs to end. So do a ganze Mesechtes gitten for a Sibba.
Child that's listening, whose parents are arguing, separated, divorced, struggling. I remember I had this insight, and it might sound silly. Maybe you'll appreciate it as a parent. like parents are also first timers at life. And parents also have their entire world that they're trying to navigate while taking care of a child. A child feels like the parent should figure it out and always know how to take care of me and I come first. And the parent is trying to learn how to take care of you and how to make you feel like you come first, while the parent also comes first in their own life. So it's a little bit of a complex personal dynamic that every parent is trying to navigate. And they're going to be flawed, but children don't expect you to be flawed. We expect you to know it all. Right. And it's a maturity to realize like parents are trying to figure it out too. And I think that as a parent, one of the bravest things to do, which you...
So I would say it for parents, also wie sie es auch schon do. Totally alone. Welcome. How you doing? It's been a minute. Was ich gewähnt der Point do? Oh, wegen parents. Aber man treibt es angeht, und man treibt sich zu changen zu der Besserung. Wenn man hat Kinder all the way, you're going to be on the right side. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, but you're also going to be on the right side. The idea, als ich bin der Tata, ich bin der Mama, ich mache so, und man change sich nicht, dann fängt es uns an issues.
Yes, did is saying, I didn't know, and maybe I didn't do it right, but I was trying my best, and not pretending that you did know and that you did do it right. And I think that's what creates the pain in the child, because the child's like, but you didn't for me. And I think it's very brave to share as a parent and to let other parents know that's actually important to do. Please.
Some of my biggest mistakes as a parent was trying to undo mistakes that I felt were made by my own parents and overdoing it on that side too.
Yeah.
It's really...
The pendulum swingt ziesach. Menschen gaan van all the way they weg, all the way to the andere side, which is also not good.
Communication and really seeing what's good for each kid, and I felt like I was always very controlled as a kid. When are you going to be home? Always with the chores, and so I would give my kids excessive freedom, and they felt unheld or
this is too much of that.
Guarded by me, and I didn't understand. Like, well, I would have given anything to get, that.
Yeah. Ich sag mal sehr, Menschen sagen, oh, ich tue das nicht für meine Kinder. Die Sache ist, deine Kinder wissen nicht, haben nicht keine Ahnung, als geschenkt nicht etwas jetzt sei. Und dann sagen, dann hat vielleicht gegeben Patch für eine certain Sache. Und die gestern Patch jetzt für deine Kinder für dem, oder punished. Deine Kinder wissen nicht, als sie wollten jetzt wen geworden gepunished, but jetzt, weil die bis da geht, der punished nicht. So they don't know that. So just wissen their life.
So just don't. It's your things that you think you're doing good. You also might not be, or undoing.
When I used to have I used to think my kids hated going out for meals, for Shabbos meals. So I would oftentimes Friday night, like my son was bar mitzvah and he would make Yiddish. And recently, like 6 months ago, he's like, I really hated it. I hated it. I hated feeling like I had to be the man and make Yiddish. And I'm like, I'm really sorry. I thought that I was doing the right thing, and I wasn't. And I think that the motto of the last few years of what we've become is that I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry for how we did it. We don't have an excuse for it, but there was a reason why we did it. That's kind of what it is.
That's good, kind of what it is. Still got to shorten it, though.
I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was pretty good. But you know what? Also, in
violence is a no-go. Violence is absolutely no-go.
And I hear your son also as a child. We also, I'm going back to when I was in 8th grade or 9th grade. My dad had passed away. We went away a lot for meals on Shabbos. I did not like it. I felt so exposed and naked. Here we were sitting, me and my, 6 siblings at the time maybe, and there's a dad and there's a mom, and like we so clearly don't have both of those things. But I don't think I knew how much I didn't like it. I don't think I had the ability to say, I don't like this, can we not? And so in your defense as a parent who's trying to do their best, maybe your son also didn't know how much he didn't like it at the time. And so it's not your fault. I love what you said. Like, there's a reason.
There's no excuses for you can't excuse it, but you could give a reason why I did what I did. And you could say we were wrong. We handled things wrong. Everyone was in pain.
Do I know
Everyone
her?
in that family except maybe
No.
my 2-year-old. Everybody else was in pain. and we all just tried our best. I know that my daughter struggled very hard that year. She was in 7th grade. She didn't
Tough year.
She was bas mitzvah the summer we separated, and until today, I have a tremendous amount of guilt that she didn't have like a big party. She didn't have anything. We were so wrapped up in our own pain that we just kind of not forgot about her, but like it wasn't a focus.
Yeah.
And there's no way to get it back. All I could do is look at her and say, I'm validating it. And we caused you pain. We were trying our best with what we had. So, and then I have my other son who says, you're separated?
The 2-year-old?
No, he was 7. I don't know. I mean, he's one of those kids, but yeah.
We'll be right back to this episode. But first, or tell them how noble of the two of you and never regret. I think it's really, really noble of the two of you to be so honest with the things that you know you were struggling with. I think it's such a healthy way to model parenting. I think parents are scared to be honest with the things they don't know. And children know when parents don't know. Like, we smell it. Right. And it just creates more strife. And the parent thinks like, no, this will be better for them. And
nicht alle die drei du gewähnen Kinder einmal?
We can smell it. So I think the best way to model to a child
It's funny, man darf suchen von Menschen, wo seine gewähnen Kinder, wo es Kinder sind.
Also that it's okay not to know is by saying that as a parent. And I'm curious to hear what brought the two of you back together instead of deciding, let's get divorced. What brought the two of you back together?
So I was seeing a pretty good therapist in New York. And she's like, you're not getting divorced. She looked at me, she's like, you're not there. No way you're getting divorced. And
ihr gesucht ihre problems, and the therapist gegangen, okay, so what is your problems?
He was also seeing somebody really good, and we both decided, they said, just go start dating again. We weren't living together. This is just go out on dates.
Date each other.
Just date like you would have dated when you first met each other.
Eerst mal rausgenommen, ungehoben, fragen questions.
And that's what we did. We started dating. And then he went to Boca for Shabbos. We have friends here. And he came back and he's like, this place is amazing. So we flew out. We had one Shabbos here. And I said, we have to start fresh. We're going to do this. And my daughter was going into 8th grade. My son was graduating that year. And Yisrael said, no, we'll wait a year.
Right.
Like, wait till
I was like, let me come back into the house here.
Right.
She's like, no, you're not coming back here. I'll meet you in Florida.
and yeah, we didn't live together till we got back here. And we just decided to just pick up and move. And it was like the best thing that we ever did.
Wow.
Was that.
And so when you were dating each other again, what was different this time?
I'll never forget one moment. You'll never guess which moment it is. But he opened the car door for me. And I never had that. Because he never just did it. And I remember thinking like...
Mishigas over anything. This is funny. So je gaat aan Mishigas, je hebt ergens gezien opwachsen, oder in een movie, oder ergens, dat de man even over dit hier. En wenn sie am gedate haben, sind nicht gehabt kein Car oder something, was gehen in letztes Roll. Immer schon Gassen gehabt, noch der Gassen, also man darf schon nicht öffnen das hier. Jetzt, noch 25 Uhr, geöffnet das hier. She melted like ice cream.
It was something so silly, but something that shows something. I don't know. There was something very sweet about the gesture. I'm like, wow, that for me was like a really trying.
I think, like I said, I saw her, like, she's tough. She's very smart. Like, in general, gritty person that's like not...
Tough. Dat is geen de eerste zeg. Tough. Ja. The pants in the house.
She likes to kind of be challenged a certain way. So I never saw her as like the wife, and the way that that year gave me like a build up to like, if I got that one more chance, I finally realized the value that she had and who she was.
And most probably going to andere mensen dat ik gezien wordt dit en gegaan, oh my god, it was so good.
Wanted to like actually do it different.
Yeah. You guys had a chance to see who she is, not the person you thought she was supposed to.
That ain't silly. You mean the door, right? Wenn du sagt man, am gas is mehr wie anything. Meaning, als es am gas und du bist open zu deinem Partner und du sagst, yes, es am gas, but this, it works.
To be.
Totally.
And what advice would you give to a couple who separated now? Of course, every person has a different story, but just with the little experience.
I'll tell you, I would say this. Well, are we talking about somebody trying to get back together, or is just how to live being separated? Those are two different advices.
Maybe answer both, if that's okay.
Yeah. Advices. I was wondering if you could.
He can learn to step up. I think she also had to let him step up. She's tough. She's a tough lady. She runs a business. So she most probably runs the house the same way. So again, als stiller, als lemmele, het gewoon is geteam wel. So I guess sie hat ihm gegeben genug space.
Catch that, yeah. So, as far as the separation part.
En ich kann größer Redner go that Yiddish. Like ich sehe es nicht als ein negativ. Ich sehe als that's not what he's about. Is halt in sich, man ruhig, ich kann größer Keulas in Kopf, in Zetitzig, you know. Is human, but ruhig.
I would say you have to demarcate going backwards. You can't, like, this is the time period we will not talk about before this anymore, because there's just an infinite amount of feelings and of opinions and of, everyone has in their own mind's eye of what happened, and it's totally different for each side. So it is.
We don't talk about it.
Because if you're going backwards, then you're not going forward.
We go backwards all the time.
But we figured out how to do it.
But it sounds like you're saying don't live backwards.
Yes, you cannot live backwards. You have to like have a time where you're going forward from.
What do you think, Devorah?
She'll take my profound wisdom and just step on it.
Instagram quote, like, yay, don't go backwards. Like, of course we go backwards. Like, we're constantly
don't live backwards. Yes. Don't live backwards.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting is that
your
body remembers it. So I'll get triggered by something, even though maybe it's not happening today, but it did happen 100 times before.
So how do you work through that when it comes up?
In the last year, we've really, really been working on.
I feel like previous, zij wollten geblieben stok do. En du wil gewinnen the fight will do gewin. And they both like, let go,
this one thing, a lot of like
it's like being in the moment, right. being present, like the feelings that you're feeling, where are they coming from, where is
also he's validating it.
He opens the car door.
We both validated the pain. He validates more than me. I'm still working on it. But he is validating when I bring something up and I'm like, that was really painful. Instead of running or turning it around on me, he'll say, I really, like, it's the first time that he actually really apologized for things that he did in the beginning of the marriage that really were just completely wrong. Mm-hmm. And he looked at me, he's like, I can't believe I was that person.
Yeah, makes sense.
Again, the same thing. There's no excuse. There was a reason, but I cannot believe I actually did that. When I look back, it's crazy. And that safety of feeling like changed behavior, of watching behavior change, that, if anything, that will break the patterns.
Mm.
Yeah. I answered the phone when she was giving birth because a customer was calling me, a guy that played for like one of the sports teams in town. Like, I was so not, my priorities, just everything. I'm talking about things of that nature and other things that just are embarrassing to say, but like,
just didn't
good people could do things that they would. I mean, I look back on things and I'm like, wow, if I saw somebody do that, the opinion that I would have of like, where is this person's priorities?
Yeah.
So I feel like my priorities, my sense of understanding of what's appropriate in many circumstances was way off.
Yeah.
I was talking to...
De kind was uit verliezer gezocht, it's running through my head. Als te film, the young one, niet zoveel gewist is getting separated. Veel neemt het wie hem. Het film neemt van hem the idea. Like, I weiß dat film is, het doet zich. So forth.
I'm working with this woman now, a lot of like breath work and somatic body work. And I was talking to her yesterday about the podcast and that I was doing it because I'm a little nervous about it.
A little?
He was a check out us.
A lot of like breath work and somatic body work. And I was talking to her yesterday about the podcast and that I was doing it because I'm a little nervous about it.
A little? It's very nerve-wracking and you're so brave. You're so brave.
and we were just discussing it, and I realized that really what
Had nicht lieb the breathwork, huh?
it is that there's two people that come together. We all have our childhoods, we have our pain, we have our wounds and our like
In gooi dat Yiddish, het ungooi rikkende hand.
demons. And the only thing to do is you recognize that underneath all of that, there's like a heart and a soul that all they want to do is just be loved and accepted for who they are. And if you keep going through that whole thing and recognizing it underneath all this stuff, there's really this very amazing person underneath it.
De Rozinke. Behind everything, de scharfe große Wand mit de alle Sachen. Ich do a Rozinke, was will just a hug. And weißt du, mein? That's all. That's all it wants.
You hold on to that. That's what gets you through everything. Has nothing to do with nothing to do with your outside. The truth is underneath, it's just an innocent, there is a child underneath all of that just wants to be loved and accepted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And like, how long would you say, if I asked you the question, like, how long have you been married for? Like, with everything you shared, what would you say?
Like a year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you why I disagree with you. Because being married means being in it. It doesn't mean being good at it.
How long have we been good at it? We're good at it for a year.
Yeah.
How long we're in it? Maybe 10.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what I also would say is like your perspective and leading with gratitude and like all these throwing out all these different, like cliches and stuff. But really, like Jerry Seinfeld talks about, like the hot dog you have at the game is awesome, even though it sucks because it's there and it's kosher and it's at the game. Like I say, it just depends on how you look at what you're holding and where you are. And you can, if you cherish something and you think it's the best, even though so many factors or things objectively you can look at and say that's not really the best. The weather's not great, but if you're in it,
Yeah.
and you're valuing it, then you value the person. And like, I think women divorced, specifically my wife, that's their like internal, they know where to go and they know they can always mirror you. Like I said, divorce is like my broadcasting
Ich fühl wie wel gewesen, I get a computer programmer.
station 24/7 of how I'm doing. Just I just look at her face and then I know like what's going on. Like,
Kijk on ihr face.
and they know they can always mirror you. Like I said, divorce is like my broadcasting station 24/7 of how I'm doing. Just I just look at her face and then I know like what's going on. Like
I'm really she's working on
good.
Smiling.
In terms of just if you're
Patch.
going forward and getting better at life and you're taking the steps in the home, in the marriage, and you're growing. So
well, that also involves, it's such an important idea of like suspending ego and knowing that maybe that's why the Torah says your wife is your Ezer Kenegdo. They will challenge you. So it seems like they're against you, but it's really just to support you. And I think it involves a man letting go of a lot of ego and knowing.
Wenn man hat eine Frau, was support and vice versa, kann man umkommen zu crazy Plätze. Und ob nicht, können sie sich nicht schrecken. At all. Freund haben mir einem gesagt, von wo es noch geht, usually sagt man, wie die Frau wird successful und der Mann wird successful. Wo ist es geschehen? Weil wenn man es gassen geht, darf man Support von jenem. Und wenn man es nicht gassen geht, darf man nicht den Support. Also arbeitet das. Weil wenn man es gassen geht, man bekommt nicht den Support oder man bekommt negative von den Support, kann man sich nicht herauskriegen von dem.
If my wife's face is disapproval, it doesn't mean my wife's irritated and annoyed and might be moody. It means I must have done something that maybe was not appropriate. And even if I think it's okay, but she doesn't think it is, my job right now is peace. So what am I going to do about it? And it sounds like between the two of you, you had a goal of like, we want this to work. So what do we both need to do in order to make that happen?
So, and as far as for men, for guys, like a women's, life experience and moods and everything that they are dealing with, emotions that are could be much more sensitive to them. What the differences between men and women. For a guy, many of the times you cannot. It's not like ping pong where you're trying to always bat about. You have to work on your masculine side of like holding it, of being like anchored, and that's what I've been trying to work on with differing levels of success, sometimes better than others. But like knowing that I'm not supposed to know the answer, but I can be here. And if I'm here, then that's what it's calling for.
Yeah.
So, and nobody ever told me that.
Right. No one ever.
The problem is it's not for that podcast that in the midst of the host regret is over. The can't you weggaan. Like now you have to sit there. And then toen niet trachten.
Tells you that you're learning on the job, and so you'll mess up, and
But je komt daar
there'll be
zaken redden. Je komt daar zaken redden van naar Roos kunnen redden.
order that you misplace that causes a lot of consequences, and you're learning on the job. And I think the most important piece is to always welcome the lessons. But I think our instinct is defend and run and suppress because like, ooh, really uncomfortable. But then what's the goal? What's the goal? The goal is harmony. The goal is connection. The goal is love. It's worth it. Presence. Yeah.
And your kids need to, speaking to couples that
Have kids.
in there and then they're in it.
Yeah.
Your kids also need to see your fails. They need to see that you're not always like I've gotten a little better at saying, from the having a bad day, instead of saying, no, everything's great, everything's fine. Like, no, not everything's fine. I'm still human, even though I'm a parent. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a bad day. I'm tired. I actually don't use the word tired. I'm sad or I'm a little down. And it's very scary for kids in the beginning because like, oh my gosh, I just need to see my parents as something safe. But in the end, they feel safe with their own feelings. The important thing is that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Letting your kids express what they feel, showing them that there's nothing to be embarrassed about also. It's a big one.
Exactly. And die express,
this is not a shameful part of our family. It's not a shameful part of history. It's something to be proud of.
Als hij heet als mami zoekt de ganze tijd missmuite, zoeken zij ook het als ze dan niet. En als hij heet als mami zoekt, nice, es geht, aber ich bin nur ein bisschen down, lernen zij zich zoals.
We dealt with something very hard and we got through it.
I think it's your greatest accomplishment.
If there was Poly Market back in the day, we would have been less than 1% to make it. I mean, I just don't. There was so many challenges that we've been through. So I think.
But they need to be proud.
Yeah, I think it's pride. Yeah, I mean, and also you're still in it.
Yeah.
Being the success story is that you're still going up and down and having and learning new things and getting better.
Yeah, I think it's heroic. I think you guys are dope, as they would say today. I think
we're just getting started.
I think it's exceptional and extraordinary. And I never thought I'd be able to feature someone who would share this part of their life. And by you doing so, you change the trajectory of social expectation and norms in it going from something that was associated to shame to recognizing like, this is life. And this was ours. And now hopefully it can help you learn how to navigate yours. It's a pretty big deal. And I'm really grateful. Is there anything that we missed that you want to include before we sign off? I just want to make sure I ask.
I think if you know that the story is not over, when you're in the middle of something, like in any movie, like there's the ups, the downs, like the triumph. So you don't know at what point you're at in that whole thing. So you have to leave the door open if there's a door, and if it could be open, and if it's something you want. And then you also have to stay present and know that like you don't really know how it ends, and you just try to keep hope.
Like it on the arbeid.
So is that I wish that this would be less shameful in general. I wish this whole period because.
So thank you for naar ons kunnen redden, because of dir maakt het less shameful. In meer mensen gaan kunnen redden, in meer mensen gaan zijn. And usually do a collective, waar meer mensen zijn en meer mensen wijzen dat do a problem. Je doet also weer collective bettering. Man weet besser. So das auch was geschenkt. So, thank you and kudos for Naroski, man. Credit is due.
Instagram destroyed our whole society. Mm-hmm. Right? I know we all like make our, it's all our pronouncers on Instagram, but it really did. We destroyed what reality looks like.
Yep.
And I know how isolating it felt. I really, really, really felt like I was the only person in the world going through this. And you feel, and it's very embarrassing, very you're ashamed of it, even to a point when, when you guys ask me and I'm like, well, I have to ask my kids if they're okay with it. And then I realized, I asked them, and afterwards they were so amazingly supportive of it. And they're like, of course, share it. And that for me was my, I did good as a parent by them saying, yeah, we're not ashamed. That is amazing that they felt like that. So for anyone going through it and feeling it now, also I'm hesitant to say it worked for us because we have a very, very different dynamic. We were working together. Our kids were a little older. It's different.
Yeah.
So
Sie können auch jetzt sagen, als sei nicht gewesen als so bad. Sie gehen bad, und ich will nicht judgen, but sie können sagen, als sei nicht gewesen als so, it wasn't too far gone, sie nicht geflogen kann bänklich.
I don't have a tool. I don't have exactly a trick to say, oh, this is what worked. The only thing that did work is that we kept believing that there was somebody underneath all the pain.
Ja, das ist was ich sagen. Sie du ein
And that we
human.
saw it that
Und dann gedenkt die ganze Zeit, dass whatever sie ist, by the end von der game, ist jener a human, a Rajinka, ping wie die. I think it makes it easier to work on things. Because you start realizing as it's just a feature von jenem. It's just a Sache, a mechanisms, a defense mechanisms, but you know what I'm saying?
that there was somebody there that the potential there was incredible, and I didn't want to lose that. And there was never a moment where I said, I really saw it all, because I knew that I only saw a tiny little part of him, and I wanted to see all of it. So if there's anything, it's that. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed of it. And people who are going through it, just share a little more about it. I can't.
Yep.
It's not my place to say that, but just.
Yeah. And I hope it's
An
okay
idea.
if we put your information, your contact details, your email address in the show notes. And if someone has any questions, they could reach out. If they're struggling, if there's a man who's like, how the heck did you do that and turn your life around?
I think men, honestly, more than women, the men need it. They really do. I always
Whoa. When we stop when the episode do, things would have been worked good, but
Man who's like, how the heck did you do that and turn your life around?
I think men, honestly, more than women, the men need it. They really do. I always said he could be this motivational speaker. I always felt like he could do that. If he shared his story and shared how, because he has a persona of being this very cool, nothing, nothing matters to him.
there you go. There you go.
But he really is a giant softie. He's like a bird watcher. He sits and he watches birds. Come on.
Secrets out of the bag.
Seriously. He sent me, everybody wonders what we do. Our date nights are we sit in we have a little sunroom over our bedroom, and we sit there and we
That
Google
sounds
birds.
beautiful.
It really
That
is.
sounds really
He's like,
beautiful.
look at this video I took this morning of the hummingbird.
That sounds really peaceful.
Is viel wie sie gedacht arbeiten als Sach auf sein okay mit seiner Michigassen. Hummingbirds, yeah.
Birds are great.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of birds.
So that's the thing. I think men need to
Men need
get in touch with their emotions, and he really can help.
Also, breathing is great.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Head up the sleep breathing, I tell you what.
And he really can help.
Also, breathing is great.
Beautiful.
Wow, what a good cut from them. What a good cut. Meaning cut from the edit. But give a kick.
With their emotions, and he could.
Kick on ear face when is ook breathing. Because by breathing, it was the first time he checked out, mentally, het had overgekickt. Gaat het zoeken breathing, kick ear on.
He really can help.
Also, breathing is great.
And then they
Get in touch with their emotions, and he really can help.
Also, breathing is great.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. There's so much here. And I'm so grateful. I'm honored. And I'm really excited because I know it's going to be very healing for everyone.
All right. Ga ik hem definitely a like, the video. Weil, ik heb sleep gehad. En kudos voor zij, van Mr. J. Ze zijn niet J, but whatever zij noemen zennen. Yisroel in de woorden. Thank you for naar aufkommen. I really do appreciate that. Ze helft daraus. Andere mensen gaan hebben een bisschen tidbits van information. En dan sagt man, darf man just a kleine pitchy push. Sie machen things good, you know? I like her. Brengs mir. There's no need for me to like her, right? Ich bin nicht ganz hier. Darf ihr lieben. All jewelry. Ich kenne nicht als Jewelry idea, but it sound Die zoekt me sie als jeweler, it kind of makes sense. Ja, the jeweler attitude. She's fantastic. She's fantastico. All right. Weet je, this is our store. Handmade in New York. I mean, in the USA. Interesting. Well, kudos for them. Yeah. Tzipora or Devora? Her name is Devora. Devora. It was in the comments. A real man who has pulled himself together and took responsibility and admitted his mistakes. Wow. Nope. Real man. That's hier. True. What about her? Didn't you hear her confessing too much at all? Good. Do it. Hello and welcome. A mother-in-law has the right to remain silent. Good one. Good one. I'll give you that. CG. Whoa. Hello and welcome. It's been a minute. Got it. Hello and welcome. How you doing? Alles goed. Happy birthday. Yes. So het birthday van Tully B. Frido gewin van een minuut. Thank you, got it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Watch Wolf Bear. Boom, jetzt a warf. Watch Wolf Bear. Ich will auch ein Nana sagen, weil ich will watchen Kill Tony. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the birthday. It's the birthday. Wat dan like do? Remix. Are we ready? Nog niet, het is morgen, but... Happy birthday! Hoe is het gezien? Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to you.
Ba, ba.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, and the star burn tonight.
Hold on. Can you just answer questions? 70 of the questions if you're trying to get me, to corner me, to put me in a corner, then 9. But otherwise, some random questions, sure. What's the question? Hold on. EDM remix, happy birthday. Coming up, Hershey Green. How you doing?
Happy birthday to you.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Whose birthday?
Happy birthday.
Tully B.
Happy birthday
And Mom.
to you.
Happy birthday. This is Fatir Hershey as well. This is Fatir Hershey.
Happy birthday.
When you find them birthdays are so exciting, aber kein Mal aber auch birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Would you answer private life? No, because private life is private. Mine is in 2 weeks. Alles good. When it dance. Exact date. Hershey, exact date. 3, 2, 1, go. February 8th.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Private is private. Yeah, I keep things private. You know,
Happy birthday,
there's no need.
happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
3, 2, 1, go. Come on, people. Let's go. Ba, 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 da, ba, 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 ba. Do you ba-da, ba, happy birthday? Be back in a minute. Alright, let me tell you. Papi, do you make money from likes and comments from YouTube? Bow, bow, bow. Se translaten is jede klik van een like. Zie $1. But the meer die likes, the meer schicken ze uit mijn video's. So eventually, potentially, money will be returned. You know what I'm saying? So the algo said, oh, you guys are busy with him. That means you like him. So let's send out the videos more. You know what I'm saying? Wenn den Bait man so liken, sharing und subscriben. Ich habe nächten gesehen, ein Nacht oder 2 days ago, ich gesehen nach Hebreman für es hat 8000 viewers, meaning live viewers. Und er hat auch ein bisschen, er macht nur $30. So. Es ist ein Indicator. Likes and shares is alle Sachen is ein Indicator. Ein Indikator. Think about it like this. YouTube will eine Sache. Die soll sein auf seiner Website. Jeder Inch, jeder Regen macht eine Difference. So zij sehen, their channel doesn't keep you on YouTube. Geben sie es in the back. Ob sie haben ein Channel, wo sie sehen, oder von jeder geht darauf, sagen sie, oh, this video keeps people on this website. Let's send it to more people. So selbe Sache. Sie sehen Comments, sehen sie, dass du Interaction, wollen sie mehr Menschen sie sehen. No, they lean into it. Did I miss anything for the last hour and a half? Nope. Und so mir gewohnt geworden, man darf arbeiten, in jeder Mensch, hinter jedem Mensch, jede Fassade, du ein Mensch, wo es ist ein Roschenke, und jeder will Love and a Hug and Acceptance. Jesus muss sich ausgehen. Dovet, was is Nana Zeiger? Kill Tony. Kill Tony. Moontick, kill Tony. This is all about the algorithm. Whose birthday? Shlomi Gross. Hello and welcome. This is my birthday, but morgen, noch eens yes. But my greitzer, this is we take 2, you know what I mean? Take 1. Maand en Tully B, ich bin Tully B. In share my birthday, 1 uur gericht. Es ist morgen, es ist der 17. So the only way you make money is from views. Nein. So wieso es arbeitet mit views, wieso ich verstehe. How can we celebrate? We're right here. We're celebrating right here. Die bist du right here. Celebrator zusammen mit uns. That's great. Super Chats, baby. Oh, Super Chats, baby. Ganz vergessen für Super Chats.
How dare I forget? Viggy. Focus.
So wieso es arbeitet mit views, ist also. Se du den draußen die Welt, die Menschen, die reden Englisch, machen die goyische lives. I mean, the goyische videos, right? Counten sie differently wie Jiden. Meaning, ich red Yiddish. So, I feel jeder eine, was watcht videos, was red Yiddish, ist es nur ein paar tausend. Get what I'm saying? So, nur du auch 500.000 Menschen, was reden Yiddish, und 500.000 halb haben nicht von uns, und halb sind nicht auf YouTube, und halb wollen mich nicht watchen, so, und halb. Get what I'm saying? So, wie ein Mensch wie mir, hey, Sally. Sally for the super chat. Thank you so much. What's my plan for this channel? So, vielleicht machen Morning Lives, ich hatte a certain plan, but ich die andere Sachen zu machen, gell? In YouTube is side-ish project. Side-ish. You know what I mean? Ob einer will sponsoren eine Episode. Like Hanten de Free hat Sally mit Sam Lebo, mit Sam Bam Wham gesponsert a Episode. Sie haben gewollt der Duff. Haben wir gewissen der Duff. The Mastermind is very popular guy on YouTube on all Yiddish videos. Exactly. He's making himself known. Didn't really give me the year amount. So, ich gehe nicht echt auf Views. Verstehst? Views ist nicht das, was man geht. So, ich kann nicht gehen für Views. Der einzigste Platz, wie ich kann machen Geld, ist oder Superchats oder Sponsorships. Menschen will sponsor an Episode. But otherwise, is it mehr for, you know, to have a place to chill for a few minutes. You know, arrangieren wir ein paar Minuten am Tag und chillen. So I'm just saying. But I do really appreciate it that I do on. The birthday is morgen, so. We can shake your hand.
Ja, we can shake morgen.
Where is the live subhand? I don't know. For some reason, als ik het niet burgmoosje, hold on. Het is even op de linker zijde. Ze lag niet eraan in de page. Ik weet niet of ik het te changen. Is het low vet? Watch Shimon Cohn. Ik ga niet watchen Shimon Cohn. Shimon Cohn dit Shimon Cohn en Viggy dit Viggy. You know what I'm saying? Ik ga niet... Zij schwer te watchen. Na zweiten, tien na zweiten. You know what I mean? Meyer Dutch.
Hello and welcome.
Oops. Hello and welcome. How you doing? You went to Zion? Ich bin gegangen in Zion. Gegangen in Zion. Hershey Green sent a video. Lass mal sehen, für was redt. Ribidi bidi bidi bidi. Rabidi bidi.
You are a nurse. That's beautiful. How's business?
Comedy. I don't know, let me something gehad doen. Nurse explains why Orthodox Jewish women deliver babies faster.
Labor and delivery.
Oh, ich bin gegangen zu der Ziehen, zu der Rosh Shiva. Nein, ich bin nicht umgekommen. Ich bin nicht heraus in daheim, to be quite honest.
Tell me a story. Any tough deliveries recently? What's the hardest part? What do people not expect when they come in for a delivery?
It's really
Marty Englander from Kosher 52 engaged. Nice, mazel tov.
You shake a lot when you're in labor.
You shake a lot. Like
uncontrollable shaking. Like throughout labor, it'll come and
like the husband filming it. I need a tripod in here. I didn't realize I'd be shaking so much. Oh, okay. I've never heard of this shaking thing. What is it?
It's from hormones. It's from the epidural. It's just like.
Is it like fun? Like is it like a orgasm shaking? Like.
No.
What are we
it's
watching?
Really like almost like you're tremoring or like you have like.
All right. Nou, ik ben nicht umgekommen, zu gehen zu Burgmoschis Chagazik, zu sein Kreiber. Es ist ein Procedure von mir zu fahren. Und auch habe ich gedacht. To be quite honest, sag mir, wir gehen handen free. Brooklyn always saves the day, yeah. Do I know Matti Englander? I don't think so. Maybe by face. But mazel tov is geworden nach Houston. Light a candle.
Yes, sir, Brooklyn.
But I really do appreciate the people Duzan. The Mega Club Pyram Cedar. Hopefully we machen der Jahr. Meaning like the plan ist zu machen a Cedar. Meaning a live. Wir machen food. Everybody von 2-3 Menschen. Von nicht 10 Menschen, because the Platz wie da lassen wir sein. Darf ich sein respectful, you know, ist nicht mein Platz. So maybe call over a few people like for you. I don't know, King?
Bow to the king, sir.
Kidding, but thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Da. Moshe Ma'ed released. Check out. Moshe Ma'ed released. Check out. Check it in. Is Chodesh Uder schon? Es ist Chodesh Uder. You're such a positive. Oh, trust me, ich bin nicht so positive. No, du kommst auch positive. Ich try, ich arbeite auf mir. Also wie eine Couple, was man jetzt gewatscht. They work on themselves. I watch them. I work on myself. We need a Mishnechnes banner. Alles geht. Die sucht geht. Wenn ist Uder? Kann ich vielen in der Udern? Hey, ich habe 1,5 Jahre. Hold on. Ich habe downloaden eins. Und wenn er rot scheinen, mich echt eine Uder Situation. Schick es heran. Let's just send the word king. Lass mal das nicht machen. It's ja cold. I'm just kidding. Let's be very clear. Es ist nicht mich, du. Es ist eng. A kleine bisschen mich. But mainly eng. You should have released. We'll go Nana, but Michael is you should have. Meaning. So like mich zieh hoch. Like, als ich bin a king, you all are kings. You should have boy. Okay, ich spiele nicht should have boy song. Ich hoffe, es hat mich nicht auslöschen. The live. Hold on. I took 76,000 views. Usually the Israeli chevra music can a sach mal machen Problemen. So one day 76,000 views. Let's go Yishadiba Meta heißt das. Eine Schummela. Sind wir endlich mit dem.
הנשמה לא מתה, היא פה לנצח, שובי כבר הביתה. לא זה לא שייך לך, כמה שיפה לך, שובי ואיך זה בך, אני בוטח. קיבלתי החלטה לכבוד השנה החדשה, החלטה שיש בה מן האומץ, מן החשש, מן הבושה. ישב שיאמרו מן הכפיות טובה, אבל יש בה הרבה מחשבה טובה, אמן וכבר תצטרף למעשה. היה בזה ואל תעשה עדיף, היה בזה בעיקר לא להעדיף. ויש בה שירים, כובשי שערים, ממתת שערים, יש בה לפחות למתת הצלחות, חסד לאלפים, זמן הפסד לרבבות. יש לבבות ילדים, אבות אמהות, דמעות ומעות, מטלטלים סיפורים, מטלטלים. יש בה כוכבים, את החוזים שבהם,
חולים את הכוכבים, איזה זכר.
את המתחזים ואוחזים מהם, הצד השווה שבהם, שחיים חיים לא להם, הצד היפה שבהם, שחיים עוד אפשר לתקן.
Hand of the zap. Just relax. Off the window. The zin set. Oh, that is Wednesday. Okay.
אתה עוקב ואנה קו, מוריד העוקב ואנה אליו, הפך למורכב להיות נאהב, קשה לשחרר את העקב של עשיו, הלב חצוי, העסק מצוי, הוא בעל הבית דוחק לעשות שינוי, כן יש סיכוי כל זמן שהנר בי דולק, ואם זה סם חיים או סתם חיים, כי בחיים צריך לבחור, לא כל מה שטוב ישר נעים, את זה בחיים אני צריך לזכור שהנשמה לא
Okay. Stop it. Tonight is the Friday.
אני בוטח, בך אני בוטח. אז קיבלתי קבלה, צעד ראשון של התחלה, 40 יום ו40 לילה.
Hyatt. Too much lies, I tell you. Full of dad jokes. Esther. Please, the oil so schramm, please. T-Days, mach Jens, T-Jens. So tutsach. Was schön an der Seiger. Eine Frage sucht Ari Hill, der ausgeben mal Song. Zen lo nire, als er ausgegeben mal Song today. So Arege, so had we Tuesday. Wednesday is es zweitägiges Chodesh? Okay. Moshe Goldman. Mikvanayas? Wie lange der Video? Ich habe es für die gegeben, aber ich habe gesehen, Mikvanayas. I was like, is that a song? Is that a name from a song? But I guess so. So fängt es mit ein bisschen Wasser. 10 minutes. Hold on. One day ago, 5,700 views. Malchus Choir. Chasana. Let's go. Oh! Waka chaka chaka waka chaka.
Im yesh mikve yesh tikve 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 mikve yisru ay lashem mikve yisru ay lashem ma mikve
Viel wie ich habe gewartet für etwas mehr lebendig. Ich habe gewartet für etwas mehr bomberisch.
Met haar is het mijn afgekoerd bericht. Met haar is het zo wild. In mij is mikwe, jij is tikwe. Eindige moeder, mikwe is roe, I love them. Oi, mikwe is roe, I love them. Oi, man, mikwe met haar is het wild. Maar wat moet ik bericht? Met haar is het zo wild. In mij is mikwe, jij is tikwe. Hashem moy Sion Hashem moy Sion
Es fühlt nicht wie der Music mit der Singer am Git geformt.
Hashem moy Sion Hashem moy Sion behaisuru Atoy velaros brengt de sies van mir in ons brengt de sies van mir in ons Atoy velaros brengt de sies van mir in ons brengt de sies van mir in ons
I feel like it's missing something. This is Liebesnegen. Ich habe auch geschrieben, der Filter. Stage looks very empty, yes. Sie bombastisch mit wenig Menschen.
Rabbi Akiva.
Come on, mastermind. You know.
Ashraichem Yisrael. Uma Rabbi Akiva. Lifnai mi altem.
Para.
Avichem Shebashamayim. Umar, 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 Rabbi Akiva. Livnai mi atem et
Bichler? The Hechemir, I don't know.
Avichem Shebashamayim. Avichem Shebashamayim. Umar, Rabbi Akiva. Umar, Rabbi Akiva.
That's good, got it. Well, I say that. Better is dying, everyone. Sadly, have a lovely night. Bichler is fine.
Akudosh Burichi Metayres Yisroel. Mami Kva Metayres Atmavayim. Afakudosh Burichi Metayres Yisroel. Afakudosh Burichi Metayres Yisroel.
Thank you, Sally. Oh. That's what we were waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. Strap yourselves in. Pull up those sleeves. Get off the heels. Put on the sneakers, your running shoes. Exactly, alles good. I feel so too. Die ausgespreid. Ich meine, wenn der Spieler geht in der Mitte, hat er andere Musicians in der Saat. Would have been nicer. See. Like, hold on. Exactly. Der Keyboard Guy will gedacht sein in der Mitte von der Stage, in der andere zwei in der Saat. Weißt du, wie bei Actors, du, wenn einer act like a villain für 5 6 movies und dann will acten als a good guy und es fit nicht an der Charakter, Hat herausgegeben eine verschiedene lebendige Situation. Und jetzt war es so still, fühlt es wie something is missing. Nächste Mal zum Rangelagt Exhaust Band, don't worry.
Es darf schon sein, will ich sein, wenn ich mich sein. Es darf schon sein.
Look at me, I'm in the Malchus now, huh? Hold on. Du mach halt immer ein bisschen... Alright. Too much fun. That's a legit comedian. Thank you. Alright, vader guy, will ich sagen, se de Jutzat fin Marash Shiva. Ich bringe mir auf eine Sache, ich rede eine Sache von ihm. Because hat eine Sache mich herausgeholfen. In life. Und ich pflege viel nebig, wie redet sie later on in life. Meaning, dass du bist gewähnt, was dem Stamm so ausgeht, hast du gelacht von ihm. Aber ob du es gehört, was sagt, ist gegangen ein langer, riesiger Weg. Hat mich ausgelernt, eine interessante Lesson, mich mal herangeriefen in the office. Ich habe schon Stamm das alle Masse, aber mit der Zahlen lieber seine Nummern. Mich herangeriefen in the office, dann sagt mir, Viggy, will mich herauswerfen. Ich bin so, wie, was? Willst du mich herauswerfen? Für was? Now, in die Yeshiva bin ich nicht gewähnt a Knacker. Meaning, ich bin nicht gewähnt von der Clique. Sie hat mich gekannt, mal gewiss, wer ich bin, aber sie gewähnt a few ages hechen mir in sie eine ganze Crew. Jeder gewollt sein sei. So sucht mir, dass einer von sei, ist upset, als suche mich geht morgen in der Früh. So ich frage ihm, für mich will hören, geht morgen? Sie sagt, wenn du es doch aus einer Lesson, es kann man nicht wissen, wer, wie, will hören von dir. So sag hello, sag thank you, wie schein die bist, wie gut die bist, a compliment, and you can't change that man's life. So, finde damals, I try, ich try zu sagen von einem scheine Kar, scheines Wetter, and especially ob die weiß, dass jener Titel ist Dafke, ob jener dreift a scheine Kar, von dir, zu sagen. So, geh der extra, und sag ihm hello, sag ihm scheine Kar, scheines Wetter, scheine Gläser, kiek das getan. It could save someone's life. You know what I'm saying? So, das suche ich über seine Nummern. So, ich habe Sachen ausgelernt in life. Erst am Morgen ich bringen Pictures von ihm, ob ich habe. Eine von jener Yeshiva ist jetzt drüber in der Life. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Weißt du, wie watch meine Videos. So, I don't know. Alright, Gevene. Oh, bei der ist eine Schumme Salomon Ali, of course. So, umkommen zu den ersten Plätzen. Alright, Gevene, das ist die Zeit, wie man darf sich segnen. Thank you, Hershey. Ich will mal schauen, für jeden, dass du eine lange Zeit, eine kurze Zeit. Ich will dir zum Gucken auf eine andere Tab. Ich mache mir YouTube eine Tab, aber du mich mein dir. Maybe Berko. Ja, nicht maybe, aber Berko weiß ich nicht, was meine Videos. Ich bin gewähnt mit Avrumi Berko, Shia Berko, plus ein älterer Bruder. Das ist eine Rosh Hashiva. I mean, a Magachir. So, ich kenne die 3 Berkos. So thank you for alle Likers, Sharers, commenters, subscribers, and especially members. It really means a lot. And a special thanks for Sally for schicken a super chat. And for alle members, I really do appreciate it. And subscribers, die kannst du werden ein Member. Und du bist ein Subscriber, self der Rosa Sach. Gib a like the video. It's Avrumi. So Avrumi Berko, Shia Berko, plus ein älterer Bruder. Don't know. Please say you mean me. All right. I will try to remember, Hershey. Okay? I will try to remember. So, thank you all. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for all birthday wishes. And we might see you tomorrow night. Again, if nothing comes up, like a gig or something, But till then, thank you all again for the opportunity for Nduzan and Kiman and Osen and sharing your time with me. All right. See you on the next one. And until next time.